Friends, good morning and welcome to this Tuesday morning time of devotion and reflection. This morning I'm sharing once again from Cameron Trimble's blog, A Word for the Day. And this morning she writes, during our period of COVID lockdown, if you are prone to wanderlust, you are probably losing your mind. I had not realized until I could not travel how much my life has been shaped by travel. I was either in an airplane going somewhere or planning to be in an airplane going somewhere. My days were counted by how many were spent on the road and how many I would be home. All of that halted on March 15, 2020. Suddenly I didn't have any trips on my calendar. No work trips, no vacations, no adventures. My future was a blank canvas. And for a while, I had no idea what to do with that. It's interesting that most of us spend more time planning our trips than we do planning how we hope to spend our lives. We spend our time thinking about where we are going, what we will do when we get there, where we will stay, who we will spend time with, what feelings and experiences we hope to have, what we will eat, what we will wear, what we might learn, how we might change. A mentor of mine years ago often said to me, everyone gets somewhere in life. The rare person gets somewhere on purpose. Odd, isn't it? How we pay such close attention to the details of our trips, but miss entirely the arc of vision that guides the journey of our lives. Years ago, sociologists studied the 1953 graduating class at Yale. They looked at what became of them 20 years later in 1973. They discovered that only 3% of the class had written goals for their life when they graduated. Not surprisingly, they discovered that 20 years after graduation, those with goals had substantially greater career progress than the other 97%. What surprised them, though, was that the 3% with written goals had accumulated greater wealth than the other 97% combined. I don't know that wealth accumulation needs to be the measure of a life, but I do suspect that the potential that each of us holds to use our lives to make a difference in this world is profoundly undervalued. Christian mystic Meister Eckhart reminds us that the price of inaction is far greater than the cost of making a mistake. Being brave enough to explore the sacred story of your life means risking wrong turns, but it also makes you take up the call to make your life count, to get somewhere on purpose in the service of goodness and love. That is, in the end, all that I think God asks. If you are that brave, you understand then what Eckhart goes on to say. If the only prayer you said in your whole life was, "Thank you," that would suffice. Friends, be well, stay well, take care of one another. God's peace to you. Amen.